It's a bit windy in Cherbourg today.
But great for getting the washing dry. With a turbulent but good channel crossing behind us, we were keen to get off the boat and go and explore, so we headed to the nearest museum. I tried to cheat the system by saying our 5-year-old was 4 to get a cheaper ticket. You've all done it. However, karma caught up with me, as the one exhibition I'd been really looking forward to, the largest submarine open to the public in the world, didn't allow under 5s on board, so she and I had to miss out. We did, however, all enjoy the Under the Sea exhibition. Look at this cool bit of tech. You point at the screen to control it. It was a bit like being a Jedi. Later that day, I cycled to the supermarket. Biking around France is really easy as they have a really good infrastructure. The supermarket was great. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it wasn't spooky lettuce or to find my favourite brand of almond milk. Hugh and I managed a date night thanks to Kelvin having the kids. It wasn't all cake and wine. We spent the evening passage planning for our next destination. This would involve going through a notorious bit of water called the Alderney Race. A tidal race is marked on a chart like this. These can potentially be dangerous places as far as navigation goes. A race is formed when the speed of the tide is accelerated by a constriction, such as a headland or a narrowing in the channel. Halfway between high tide and low tide, the water is running at its fastest. Think of it as one of those walking travelators at the airport. If you're travelling in the same direction, you could be travelling in excess of 15 knots when you'd normally only be going 5. Or if you're trying to sail against it, you will most likely be going backwards. If in doubt, ask somebody who's done it before. Hugh decided to phone Dave, owner of Misty, the boat we used to sail before we bought Esperance.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd just pick your brains about the Alderney Race, because we're looking at doing it tomorrow. The almanac was telling me that get to the race at the first of the favourable tide. When it said first of the favourable tide, I looked at the chart. I looked at it and went, well, that means we've got 3 hours sailing to do against the main flow. But then I realised there was this little hidden eddy right by the shore.
If you go real close inshore, it's fine. Go tight in, use the eddy, just don't go against the tide in the race.
Yeah.
And then you'll be absolutely bloody flying down there. What's blowing? An easterly?
Yeah, it's easterly until Thursday.
If you've got easterlies, you're going to have pretty much wind and tide together, which is great. Whereas if you have a southwesterly and you're going through, they're going south, then you can have wind against tide. It could be a bit bouncy, but no, it's fine. The race can give you an extra sort of 5 or 10 knots.
Yeah, well, that was what all my sort of calculations came to as well, if you see what I mean. But I thought I'd ask somebody who'd done it before. It's always good to have that reassurance.
So we had a definite time we had to leave. Too late and the race would be too powerful. Too early and we would be going against it. However, I thought we were all ready to go, didn't we?
We came to start the engine and it just ticked, which meant that the batteries weren't turning over.
I'm on my bike. Our starter batteries failed. They're reading well under 11 volts, which is not enough to start our engine. I bought a battery boost thing from Halper's before we left, in case we ever had this problem, because the cross charging is not yet set up. Because it's an electrical thing which originally was on Ben's list but haven't been able to do yet. But the battery jump thing is not big enough for those huge batteries. They start engines and they're domestic. But they're old, they came with Esperance, so I don't know how old they are, I don't know how knackered they are. So I've jumped on my bike. I know there's a chandlery around the corner, so I'm going to start there and see if there's anywhere they can sell me a simple 12-volt starter battery. If we can leave in the next hour, we'll still be okay for this tidal race, so let's find out, eh? So maybe we're in luck.
Phone a friend for advice number 2. Matt, our old neighbour from the barge days in Warwickshire. He is a fine electrician.
Hi Hugh, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, Matt. You alright?
Yeah, good.
Good.
So where are you now?
We're in Cherbourg, and we were just about to leave, and I need help for electrician. My old starter batteries have died, and I'm just. Well, it's not a big problem. I'm in the chandlery. I've got a pile of batteries in front of me, and I'm trying to work out what size to buy. So I've got some advice from Matt on the phone. He sort of reassured me about what I'm talking about. Got a battery. This max discharge on this is 800 amps, which is exactly what our instructions on the manual say we need for our battery. So Hopefully this will be big enough. Next door, I did go to that chandlery too, but the 850, they wanted almost double the price. This was 140 in euros, so whatever that is, 130. Anyway, gonna stick it in my rucksack, my sack, whatever you say in French. Cycle back to the boat, plug it in, and hopefully we're back on track, not missing any tidal gates. Reading 12.7 on the up here.
That's all right.
Next stop, fuel.
So we've got fuel, full tank again. Scary amount. I'm not sure how much, but I think we've burned 200 litres of diesel in the last few weeks. So something like 10 litres an hour, maybe we're up to. I'll do the maths later and actually double check what that is, but it's scary. And then we've also sorted a battery. We've got a new battery on board, so I'm just having a tidy up. We're about an hour behind schedule, but I'm really not worried. One of the other reasons I'm not worried is we couldn't get into any of the marinas we're going to go to. We've got Dielette, I can't pronounce the nations wrong, and the other one was Carteret, both of which have said they've got space for us and we can go in. And both are on the passport scales, but both of which have got tidal gates to get in, and then we're going to have a bit of waiting around for whichever one we go to. So it doesn't really matter, we're leaving late. The only difference is we're going to go slightly faster through the race, but we're still getting the right way. Just the race will be starting to pick up a little bit more. It should all be quite comfortable. Hopefully have a nice sail now. The wind's really dropped, it's looking good, blowing a nice constant force 4 hopefully, and we'll just get the general up and get blown right over.
Off we went, and the kids got to tick something off their wish list.
Say hello! We are flying along. As I said earlier, we left about an hour later than we wanted to, but it's not the end of the world. We are very much in control and happy. But yeah, we are stonking along. We are reading over 12 knots on the speed over ground, which is 13. Wow. Okay, cool. So this is Cape Le Hague, just there. It's all the sort of Cherbourg Peninsula. There's a slight silhouette shadow over there, which is Alderney. We're just clearing this space now, and we're going to go in through the race. We're making about 9 knots, and I reckon through the water, probably only making about 2. So look, yeah, 1.9. Kelvin's only just got control on the helm. We've already got 7 knots of water with us.
The water in the race was eerie.
So we have just reduced the size of our head sail a little bit, just to try and slow the boat down. We're back under 10 knots, which gives us basically a bit more time because we've got a tidal gate where we want to get in. Smaller Genoa. Lower boat speed. These are flat bits of water that way. That's Cape de la Hague. It's Alderney. The sea state has returned to normal now. We look really weird for a while.
We arrived in Dielette, I don't know how you say it, in time for bed. The next day the kids did their learning and I took them to the beach whilst Hugh and Kelvin did some boat maintenance. The thing we're learning about Passport Escales is that although you get 2 nights at each marina, by the time you get to the marina, you only really have 1 full day. Anyway, it's what we've signed up for, so we will go with it for now.
So today, we've left Dielette this morning, and after a huge amount of indecision from me, we know what we're doing, and we're on our way over to, where are we going? Jersey. Sure? Not Guernsey. I get confused between the two. Jersey.
Things in Guernsey.
Yeah. It's about 30 miles away, and we're going about 3 or 4 knots, and we're just going to go with it, and it's going to take ages and ages, but the sea state should be nice and calm, which it is.
And then a magical half an hour.
4.
Mummy, why have we never seen dolphins before? But now they
They're coming over.
There's a baby one there.
Yeah, they're all coming over to say hello.
Oh my God! I saw the baby!
There.
Oh, he's got
It's the first one!
right on the kettle, right on the bow.
I just saw it too!
There!
I can see him through the water!
They're on the bow! They're on the bow!
It couldn't have been better. It was like a carefully choreographed show. We oohed and ahed like fireworks night, and like any good fireworks show, the dolphins saved the best for last.
Oh!
I saw the whole thing! It was like amazing! There was a big stack set it.
And then we arrived in Jersey, but we had to wait outside for the tide to rise before we could enter. We had a longer wait than we thought, as having just got used to French time, we were back on English time again. Very confusing.
Kelly and Calvin have just been shopping and they're a little bit hyper. Why are you so excited?
Look, they've got like almond milk, and like they've got this Jersey milk, like it's just in a carton.
Like twice the price.
Look, Yeo Valley yogurt. Yeo Valley, can you believe it?
Yeah, after a week of being out of England, you're just like...
And they didn't have any chutney in France. We've got some chutney now.
My bad.
They're my blueies.
Oh, I must
You come off. That's my free from triple chocolate cookies. You haven't even opened your bag.
Oh! Oh, I thought I had brought nothing.
Opened your bag.
Oh, yes.
You got your Alpros.
Oh, yeah.
That's French anyway, isn't it?
I think Kelly and Calvin are losing the plot.
Look, I'm going to come across like I've been drinking. I haven't.
Bananas.
Oh yeah, hang on, where's my bananas gone?
You got toilet
I've got
paper,
two
that was the only thing on the list I wanted.
Yeah, I've got toilet paper. Just been for a shower. I didn't realise how sort of horrible being out in the salt air all day makes you feel. Your skin and your hair just feels all greasy. So going for a shower is an absolute must. Anyway, he's doing some exercises.
Where have you got it?
Girls have got
There
their
it is. That's
Kelvin
exactly
tutor on the
it.
go.
And where's it
Eric's
on
doing
this
some
list?
writing.
After the excitement of Waitrose had been slept off, we were off to explore. We took a bus tour to the war tunnels. The guy from Bergerac, John Nettles, in our ears to tell us more about the island. The Jersey war tunnels gave an interesting and moving account of Jersey during its 5-year occupation by the Germans during World War II. It was very humbling and well worth a visit. 5-year-olds were legitimately free this time, although when I bought my tickets, I'd forgotten I'd been given a 10% discount code from the tour coach company, so we saved nothing. Yep, they are my children being feral in the Liberation Square's fountain. They dried off by whizzing around the skate park, situated next to the marina. Another date night for Hugh and I, thanks to Kelvin.
We actually quite like, where are we?
Jersey.
Jersey. It's familiar, like we're in England, right? So that feels comfortable, but it's a little bit like European as well. It's definitely got like a certain, like some of the flora is definitely Southern European. We can see the warmth coming into the climate and that stuff. And also it's nice and warm, isn't it? It's nice. I mean, it's 1st of September or 2nd of September, but it definitely feels like we could be outside. This is quite nice. We're walking off the boats, heading over to the supermarket. Morrison's this time.
It's a bit like they've taken a bit of Europe and a bit of England and just mixed it up in a pot and just spread it out anywhere where they fancied it.
You've got to admire the Jersey pluck. This woman, right, we asked her for directions to Morrison's. She bold as brass went, yeah, I know, it's the direction I'm going, come with me. And she walked with us for about 100 metres, explaining, talking about stuff, you know, I was over there. And then she left us to it, yeah, just up there. And she went the other way, and she was 100% wrong. Like, couldn't be more wrong. We ended up just walking the wrong way, but I love the fact that she just like proper went for it. Anyway, we found Morrison's now.
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, £500,000. Let's have a look at this one here. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, nearly 300,000. Mental. Hugh's first job of the day. What is it, Hugh?
Decanting.
Decanting pickle.
The following morning, more learning, and then we squeezed in a little treat before setting sail. Can you guess where we're going?
leaving Jersey, St Helier.
Goodbye, Jersey.
So, another passage for us today from Channel Islands, and we're going across to Brittany. It's my first time to Brittany, which is exciting. I feel like we're sort of relaxing into it a little bit now, getting used to the lifestyle. One, the weather's a lot nicer, which helps. There's a bit of chop, the boat's bouncing around. Blowing a force 3, so about 12, 13 knots, which is perfect. Esperance's doing really well. I've been on the helm for the last 3 hours, quite enjoying myself. I've just drawn a little diagram in my book whilst up there of how she's coping with wind positions. And basically, she's not a great boat for getting really close hauled at the moment, but I don't know whether when we put the other foresail at the jib, whether that's going to help the foresail slot a bit better. I don't know. But up to anything up to about 60 degrees off the wind will make 7-8 knots. And then once we start getting tighter than that, we start losing speed quite fast, and definitely can't sail much closer than 45 degrees. It's what I'm working out in a minute. I'm talking true here. This is sailor stuff. You guys are loving this, I know. Anyway, Kelvin's on the helm. He's got his bandana and an audiobook on. There he is. The kids are playing. Kelly's been on a laptop in the back cabin doing some video editing for the last couple of hours. So yeah, this is cool. We're settling into it. It's exciting.
And then the wind picked up.
Oh, blimey, oh monkey. We're just going past some shallows over here with a lighthouse on it. Halfway between Brittany and the Channel Islands. We can no longer see the Channel Islands behind us. 30 miles away. We can now see the coast of Brittany. Been around the whole boat, secured as much as I can. Everything's tied down. I'm just going to put an extra line on the bike, and then we'll stick another reef in, and then we're just going to spend the next couple of hours enjoying the sunset and motoring in, and then when it's dark later, find ourselves a mooring in the river. But it's a little bit. It's the first time we've been tested a little bit, and I just had to sit and have a chat with Kel and Kelvin and go, this is definitely the plan. Let's just keep our heads down and keep going. I'm confident Esperance can take it. The issues are our comfort, and also, you know, the fact that the fit out's not finished yet, so things aren't stowed as well as they could be. But everything is secure, everything's down safe.
We just had to ride it out. The kids were fine, but my jar of cacao powder was not.
It's not a problem, Kel, we'll just tidy it up.
Basically, it's a wave because knocked all the stuff out. Off, glass broke.
Yeah, we had glass in that cupboard. Not very good.
Not a left to right cupboard at least. We're just heading on the motor as fast as we can now to get in. It's bedtime over here.
We've read all the books and we're listening to Paddington now.
The bigger two are Minecraft, they're not fussed at all, but this is the choppiest we've had it yet.
The kids and I went to sleep, whilst Hugh and Kelvin, on watch, safely got us to where we needed to be.
We arrived very late last night, picked up a mooring buoy, so this is the moment where I get to go outside and see what things actually look like compared to what they look like on the chart in the dark. Yeah, we should have gone that pontoon. All that space over there. There's loads of space everywhere. We spent quite a calamitous amount of time. Me and Kelvin had about an hour of trying to pick up mooring buoys. We picked up another one, and then dropped it. We dropped the boat hook. We dropped my best torch, my really good Makita one, but we dropped it right next to the mooring buoy. So it was like, as Kelvin said, Lady of the Lake. It was for about half an hour afterwards. There was this light coming from underneath the buoy. So at least guided us onto it, but we kept dropping the bow so high on Esperance. If you hook it, it wasn't long enough, so we literally couldn't get to the thing. In the end, we picked up the buoy by coming alongside and actually hooking it midships, which was fine because literally you could just reach out and touch it, hook it, and then we took cable back to the bow, which was so much easier in the end. But the whole day was a bit of a faff. Anyway, we're here now. I'm going to see if we can find out if we can get a walk ashore berth at some point, but apart from that, we're alright. Nice.
Some arts and crafts, some editing, and some relaxing. What a week.